Now along with the flassy matmates, okay. Now along with flassy, what am I trying to say? I'm so done. I'm actually so done with myself. I'm finished. Why can't you speak? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cheryl. If you're new, welcome to the C Squad. Over here we cover all things transfer student and living your best life as an international student in the UK. So if you like the sound of that, then hit the subscribe button below, follow me on Instagram and join the fam. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. So it is officially back to school season and I've been trying to do more uni related content on my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys tips and tricks for living in halls or dorms and living alone, because I'm sure for a lot of you it is going to be your first time living alone. So let's get right to it. So the first thing that you need to do before you even move into the halls is talk to your flatmates. So at University of Sussex we have Facebook groups for freshers and then we have Facebook groups for different accommodations. So right before I went to Sussex I was on the Facebook group for Norwich House, and so I got to speak to my flatmates and just general people in the building, and so I built a lot of connections from there, and it's so much easier and less stressful when you get there and you've already spoken to some people beforehand, and maybe you guys can even plan what you're going to do. So a lot of us, we spoke about which wristbands we were going to get, which events we were going to go to, and obviously that's different this year. So maybe you guys can speak and come up with things that you can do in Brighton or pubs that you can visit. So definitely speak to your flatmates beforehand. Now the second thing is to decorate your room. I'm a true believer in decorating your room in your own style. For a lot of us it's our first time kind of being in our own space, and obviously I did get to decorate my room here, but I had a lot of like input from my mom, whereas when I got to uni it was like fully my style, fully everything that I wanted it to be. And also a number one thing about decorating your room is to bring things from home that are sentimental to you, that will make you feel like you have parts of your home with you at uni. It's really important because you will feel homesick and you will feel like you're in a completely different environment. So at least if you have stuff that reminds you of home, it makes you feel a little bit less alone. So I have two really great videos that I think you guys should check out. You guys should check out my university room tour 2019, and you guys should also check out my uni room essentials video, and you'll be covered for all your decorations. Now of course for a lot of you, living in halls is going to be the first time you're living with other people unless you went to boarding school, and this is quite an experience living with people and the different ways that they do things. I would say be prepared to have at least one messy flatmate, if not more. Yeah guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great time. You will literally just have some people who leave dirty dishes either in the sink for days or just on surfaces for days, people who don't clean the countertops when they spill something, people who don't clean the hobs after they're done cooking. It is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Like there are even some people in my flat who just like wouldn't throw away expired things, so they would literally just be packets and packets of old moldy bread. Ew. So having messy flatmates is a thing, and you're going to have to get used to cleaning up after other people. I know at Sussex we do get fined if our flats are not up to par, so if you don't want to get fined you do end up having to do kitchen cleans, and most of the time when you message everyone to be like let's do a kitchen clean, it will only be like 2 or 3 people that actually do it. So yeah, be prepared for that. If you're not complaining about someone being messy, then you are the messy flatmate. Just know that. Now, along with messy flatmates, you also have to deal with someone taking out the bin. I don't know if this is how it's done at every uni, but at University of Sussex, we do have to take out our own bins, and we were like 12 in a flat, so the bin would fill up like every 2 days, and sometimes people just don't want to take the bin. We had a bin rota and people just chose not to take out the bin, and it would be like to the point of the bin is literally overflowing, and then we would have people playing Tetris, trying to stack different things on top of a bin that is already overflowing. Guys, it was seriously ridiculous. I think I took out the bin. Well, there were 2 of us who took out the bin. I think my one flatmate took it out the most times. I think it was like 11 times. And then I think I was just behind with like 9 or 10 times. But there were literally people who had taken out the bin once, maybe 3 times. Some people never at all. So you are going to have to deal with the bin rota, and I guess you're just gonna have to be patient and just have to deal with it. Now, another thing you have to be prepared for, which I definitely wasn't, is that you have to clean up after yourself by yourself. So obviously you have to clean your uni room, you have to hoover at least once a week, otherwise you are going to get sick. And then if you have an ensuite, you're also gonna have to clean your bathroom. I know at Sussex they do clean the ensuites like once a month, but outside of that you also have to clean it yourself. And then you have to do laundry, which is not fun, but let me give you guys some tips. Because laundry is expensive in general, if you guys watched my University of Sussex Q&A, I told you guys that a wash is £3.70 and a dry... No, a wash is £3.20 and a dry is £1.70. Anyway, you can check that video. A little tip: you probably don't need to separate your clothes, like that whole thing that your mom does, like separating the colors from the darks, from the lights. You probably don't have to do that. I still make sure that I don't wash my white clothes with anything with color, but I do know some people in my flat who just washed everything all at once. And you also don't have to iron. Guys, don't carry things to uni that need ironing. I did not iron once while I was at uni. It's just like so much effort and it's just so unnecessary. So get some clothes that don't need to be ironed and save money by just washing all of your clothes at once and not separating them. But don't come at me if your clothes change colors. The one thing that really got on my last nerve was people stealing my food. I don't know why that's a thing, and I don't know if it was just my flat. I don't think it was just my flat actually, but yeah, it was very annoying. People will steal milk, bread, ketchup, ice cream. At some point right before Christmas break, I don't know what was happening, but there was literally someone just taking any food that they can see, because obviously if it's a few days until Christmas break, you're not going to want to buy a whole set of groceries and stuff because you are going to be going home. So this person just decided they were just going to steal everyone's food, and they literally were taking things like microwave dinners from like Co-op. And the one that really got to me, because I wasn't fine with it, but it didn't bother me as much as this. Like I could make it through people stealing milk or bread or whatever it was. The part that got to me is when I went the night before I was supposed to leave for Christmas break and come back to South Africa, and I went to the kitchen because I had 2 packets of Frosted Flakes, which are like my favorite cereal. I don't eat any other kind of cereal, and they're not really like sold in SA shops. You'd have to go to like a shop that imports food and stuff, so it's not like readily available. So I was like, I'm going to pack my Frosted Flakes to take with me so I can have something to eat for breakfast. So I get into the kitchen, I open up my cupboard. The first packet I had already opened, and I think it was like, I think there were like 2/3 of it left or whatever, but I open it and it's literally empty. Like the cereal plastic whatever thing was gone, and then on top of that my full box that was unopened was also gone. Guys, I was mad, and my flatmates know, because I went into, whose room did I go into? I went into one of my flatmates' room and I was just like, I am so angry. So I literally had to go to Co-op. Luckily they still have them because again, it's like close to Christmas break. they were kind of running out of food at that time anyway, but luckily they had the Frosted Flakes, and I learned my lesson. Anything that's valuable to you, keep in your room. I keep my cereal in my room. I would genuinely say if you're going into first year, foundation year, get a mini fridge. That way you can keep anything, like if you're really into apple juice and it's going to annoy you if someone drinks your apple juice, I would say keep it in your mini fridge. Also, do not, and I repeat guys, do not leave your alcohol in the fridge. People will take it. People will take it and people will drink it, and you will not be happy because alcohol is so expensive. I keep all my alcohol in my room, and obviously I have mixers and stuff, so I'll just keep like the lemonade in the fridge because lemonade is like quite cheap and it's not really gonna bother me if someone drinks the lemonade. And then at least the lemonade will be cold, so my whole drink will be cold, but don't be leaving bottles of vodka in the fridge, it will be gone. Then another thing that I had to get used to was learning how to cook. Guys, I did not know how to cook pretty much anything. Like I could make spaghetti and breakfast foods. Yeah, like eggs, bacon, that whole bit, but that was about it. That's all I could cook before I went to uni. And that only takes you so far. The first week, freshers week, I just ate microwave dinners and takeout, and I was living my life. The first week of school I did the same thing, and then I got to the point where I was like, I actually need a home cooked meal, because you know, you also get a little bit homesick and you kind of like miss like a proper, you know, like rice and chicken, like that kind of thing. I wasn't eating any of that, so I literally just had to learn how to cook. I just was kind of winging it, to be honest with you, and I made my first meal, which I was really proud of. Now that I know how to cook, I can tell you that my chicken was definitely not all the way cooked, but it's fine. We're still alive. We're still here, and I've learned how to cook so much more. So if you're not really into cooking, you're not very good at it, I would definitely say try HelloFresh. I actually tried it a few weeks before I left to come back here for the pandemic, and I actually was supposed to do a video on it, but like I looked back on the footage and I was just like, this is not up to par, so I just ended up never doing the footage. Maybe I'll redo another video if you guys want of me trying HelloFresh, but they have super nice meals and they're really not that difficult. They give you all the measurements and everything. Like if they tell you to use a certain amount of chicken, they're only giving you that certain amount of chicken, so you don't have to like do any calculations. You literally just follow the instructions. It's easy meals and it's so good. This is not sponsored. I just really think it's a good source. Guys, takeout is expensive. Takeout is expensive. Like, you cannot be eating takeout every single day. You cannot be eating microwave dinners every single day. Like, you need to make a plan, okay? Also, I'm sure I saw that during Freshers Week at Sussex, they are going to be doing some virtual cooking classes, so definitely check that out as well. Now, one thing I had to get used to, because I am an old lady, as I always say, do you know what I mean? Like, I was in second year living with foundation and first years, and people in halls are loud. Like, people are noisy. It is a full 24/7 party circus. Honestly, that's really what it is. There will be people, mini wannabe DJs or whatever, spinning tracks or whatever throughout the night. Obviously it's uni, so it's not restricted to you can only go out clubbing on Friday and Saturday. Like, people go out clubbing on a Monday night, and so obviously they're gonna be preying, they're gonna be playing their music, they're gonna be drinking, they're gonna get loud, and then they're gonna go out, and then they're going to come back at 4 a.m. and make more noise. So it's not fun times, but I mean, I wouldn't give it up because my uni experience was really great living in the halls, but that is one thing that you definitely have to prepare yourself for. It is probably going to be noisy most of the time. Then my next tip, which isn't technically about halls, but it's just some uni advice, I would really say don't go home too often. I know it's so easy to come to uni and get really homesick and being like, oh no, I just want to go home, and then you go home like after the first week of school. Like, please don't do that. Please try and be independent for a little while before you just like run off and go home. Like, at least wait a month, please. Obviously for me it was a little bit easier in a sense because for me, going back home was what, like a 12-hour flight, so obviously I couldn't be going home for the weekend. But yeah, even if my parents were in the UK, I probably would have tried to stay on campus and not gone home like every week, because then I feel like you're not really immersing yourself in uni life and really establishing your independence. So please try to not go home too often. Try at least the first 4 weeks, the first month of uni, try and stay and tough it out, and then after that, you know, you can go home and all that stuff. But just try to be independent for a little while. Then guys, your big sister Cheryl. We always have these moments in my videos where I'm like, your big sister Cheryl, listen to this guys. Please, 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 please do not date people in your flat. Please do not have flings with people in your flat. You're just gonna make it awkward, not only for yourself, but for other people. Like, unless this person is like your soulmate, there are so many people on campus, like so many people, so many societies, so many other buildings, so many other flats. Please stay away from people in your flat. Please don't do it to yourself. Uni halls is basically where incest happens, you know what I mean? Like, 1 minute someone is with you and then they're with your flatmate and then they're with the next flatmate, and it's just like don't do that. Like, this is not an episode of Gossip Girl. Like, we're not just all gonna date each other. So please find some people outside of your flat to date or fling or whatever your situation is. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below when you're moving into your uni halls. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join the C Squad, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I post every Wednesday and Sunday at 5 p.m. London time. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!